For my final speech, I've decided to do an informative speech, and it's titled How to Beat Cabin Fever. And specifically, I just want to inform my audience of ways to keep those winter blues at bay. So, is the thought of winter bringing you down? Are you dreading digging out your lawn johns? Have you already begun your annual hibernation? Well, according to Merriam-Webster, you may be experiencing an extreme irritability and restlessness from living in isolation or a confined indoor area for a prolonged time, aka cabin fever. No longer do you have to bury yourself away under that electric blanket because there are alternatives to dealing with Jack Frost's bite. In fact, you can say bye-bye to the wintertime blues before they even begin. Too many people allow the winter months to dictate their attitude, health, and overall lifestyle. There's no reason anyone should simply wait until the springtime to begin enjoying themselves. Undoubtedly, everyone has experienced a bit of agitation due to inclement weather, but as we all know, winter just keeps coming back, whether we like it or not. Now, living in Northeast Pennsylvania for most of my life, I've had to become rather creative in getting rid of my winter woes, and spending my first winter in Rochester, New York this year, where the total snowfall for the 2010-2011 season was a whopping 127 inches, I thought it would be appropriate to remind myself and you, my audience, of effective ways to prevent stir-crazy behaviors this winter season. I'll provide you with 3 ways to thrive this winter, including staying active, eating healthy, and keeping your mind off of the cold by being creative. Just in time for the start of winter, we need to set our best boot forward in relieving cabin fever misery. With fewer and fewer reasons to step outdoors, too few of us are getting enough exercise to remain fit and stay happy. Many devices like automatic car starters, paid plow services, and even online shopping have almost completely eliminated the need to go outdoors if the weather is just too dreadful. However, experts from the Shanghai International Mental Health Association are saying physical activity and sunlight exposure help regulate mood and energy levels. Remaining cooped up indoors might be warm, but it can leave all members of the family just itching and stressed and just ready to go outside and do something other than an activity pertaining to a remote. What most don't realize or forget is that there are just as many fun activities to do outdoors in the winter as there are during warm seasonal times of the year. A clinical nurse from Children's Hospital Colorado named Renee Porter says, "Winter actually offers a whole variety of options for being and staying active." She also says not to get discouraged by the cold, but to put on coats, hats, gloves, and just get outside and moving. Additionally, indoor activities for days that are a bit too blustery can include swimming at the local Y or even just having a family game night. The possibilities are truly endless. It just takes some motivation and bundling up to remain jovial during winter's peak. Too many think they can hide behind those bulky coats and sweaters during the winter season, but eating right during the winter months can actually be more beneficial than most people think. Rule number 1, people do not hibernate. I just think that it's time this mindset was just plowed away with last night's snow. The wintertime blues have simply played devil's advocate for far too long. Unhealthy eating, encouraged by boredom, leads to extra pudge, and the immune system suffers as a lack of the nutrients. Dr. Amy Cartwright from the website Today's Dietitian says, foods rich in the antioxidants vitamin C and beta-carotene, such as citrus fruits, cabbage, pumpkin, sweet potato, and spinach, have immune-boosting power. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm going to be cooped up indoors for the next 4 months, I'm at least going to try to stay healthy. Eating a Christmas feast and indulging on New Year's is expected, but when eating becomes excessive during winter months, self-esteem and even emotions can be affected. Studies actually show that depression and eating poorly correlate, and it becomes worse when cabin fever is in full swing. It has also been proven that foods naturally high in serotonin, a chemical released in the brain related to happy emotions and thoughts, can be beneficial. These Foods include anything high in omega-3 fatty acids like walnuts, fish, and even pineapples. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself and regretting all those holiday cookies come bikini season, just make a conscious effort to eat healthy for the sake of your overall well-being. Optimism and resourcefulness tend to disappear for the majority of us, as dropping degrees brings about a sense of laziness and discouragement. I quote Emily Dickinson when I say, "The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the ecstatic experience." With that being said, cabin fever no longer has to mean a cooped-up craze, but it can become an opportunity to try new things. Learning to snowboard, joining a book club, pulling out an instrument, anything inventive can really be done to beat, those winter woes. Keeping in mind that spring is right around the corner is another important key to avoiding restlessness. Begin planning the family vacation early. It'll keep everyone's mind off the snow and on the warm beaches of Cancun. Jen Klein from She Knows Parenting suggests making plans early can make your dream vacation a reality by hyping up the family and keeping everyone's mind off the icy conditions until winter comes to an end. Mind over matter might actually be all it takes to keep happy and cheerful this winter season. With that being said, I have just suggested 3 simple ways to remain sane this winter. These include staying active, remaining healthy, and being productive while the snow falls. In all reality, we should consider ourselves lucky to be able to experience all the seasons, including winter. Variety is a spice in life, and optimism about the cold can assist in combating cabin fever. With the first arrival of snow in every blustery blow, remember it won't last forever, and there's no greater remedy for the winter blues than a good temperament.